What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. It is May 21st, and here we are at about $107.8 thousand. 9 hours and 12 minutes left. Every single day that goes by, we are slowly but surely validating the idea that this day here, actually the 8th of May, was the last day in Bitcoin's entire existence, in human existence. It's bigger than just Bitcoin, man. It involves all of us. It will never be below $100,000 again. And as we continue to separate from here, this reality only grows stronger, okay? It is still possible. At any given moment, we could see some kind of a flash crash. Bitcoin loves to do flash crashes before we move up higher. Those tend to come from lower prices, not so much from higher prices, right? And I very much believe that what we're in the middle of right now is the next move up, right? You had to move up here from the low, consolidated, move sideways, then you moved up again, consolidated, move sideways, then you moved up again, rinse and repeat, and we're doing that now. If we look at the daily RSI is bouncing off the overbought, so we've resided here for a while. It looks very, very strong. This is absurdly strong bullish environments to be in whenever it comes to the RSI, and I very much believe that we will continue. We'll probably see a reading that is stronger than any of the readings that we've seen, I mean, quite literally in months since November. We're literally going to see stronger readings than anything we've seen in months. My assumption would be that that we see a stronger move in correspondence to that, okay? I'd like to do this because I think this is kind of fun. And maybe it'll play out to be true, but maybe it won't. But I want to see. I've been paying attention to like the end of day, for the past few days, and I feel like the end of day has been good the past few days. So I'll show you what I mean. Okay, let's take it since the beginning of this last move. Let's just do that, okay? Because I feel like this on a 1 hour time frame, this is probably more than enough data right here, right? So let's just do this real quick, okay? Cyclic lines. We're gonna take the last 2 4-hour candles of a given day, right? So from the 16th hour plus 4 gives you 20, and then from the 20th hour plus 4 gives you 24 or 0. So that's 2. Does that make sense? 16 here, the 16th hour to the 24th hour, which is the 0 hour, that is the last 2 4-hour candles in a day. I want to see what Bitcoin does during the last 2 4-hour candles in a day. Does that make sense? So we're going to go from the 16th hour here and put it to the next day's 16th hour, which would be all the way over here. Okay, 16th hour there. We're also going to do this again. It's going to be a lot of lines. Just bear with me here, though. I think it'll be better understood this way. 16th hour there to the 0 line. Okay, so there's the 0 line. We'll go to the next 0 line here, right there. So all these little spaces right in between, this is the last 8 hours of every single day that we've had now. You can see it, right? Not the big space in between, but the little space in between the dash lines. That is the last 2 4-hour candles, the last 8 hours of every day we've had since May 6th. And I don't know about you guys, but it seems as though the day before was a little bit boring, and then the last 2 4-hour candles we had was bullish here. So that's 1. I'm going to go through. I want to tally this. Actually, that was the chair. I can't do it again. That was the chair. I swear to you guys, that was the chair. I would own it. I'd probably restart the video if it wasn't. Actually, I'm just saying I probably would restart it. What are these lines doing here? What are these little, do I need these lines? Oh, wow. Oh, okay, so those little lines are there. Well, who cares? Anyways, we're gonna tick yes, we're gonna tick no. Okay, did it grow? Did it not grow? So on the first one here we did grow. On the second one here we did grow. Yes, going into the end of both those days there. 2, 3. I hope it's obvious as to what I'm doing here, right? We're looking at the last 8 hours of every day that we've had since May 6th, and we're seeing if we grew. For the first 2 we did. For the next one we did. The third, that's 3 in a row we did. Then we have no, yes. Yes, yeah. 1 no there. Yes, right there. That's a no, I would say. I mean, technically from here to the end of the day, we actually did close up, but I'm going to say that's neutral. We're going to give that a neutral, even though technically, yes, you did. Here, you dropped off and you closed, that's still neutral, so no. We're going to say no there. Yes here. No there. But technically, yes, but no. We're going to say no here too because you dropped. You just kind of moved sideways, so that's no. No. The no's are taking the lead. We'll count that as a yes, technically, because you moved sideways, but you moved up. You did move up over there, so we'll count that as a yes there. That one is a yes as well, although it's super volatile. Super volatile. We saw a lot of growth in that last 8 hour. This one was a yes as well. This one was a yes as well. Okay, so basically it's 9 yeses to 5 nos. So almost double the rate of yeses to nos. So you hear what I'm saying. So essentially the end, and I'm curious actually, when did these nos happen? This no, that was on a Friday when it was the weekend, because the last 8 hours of Bitcoin's day is actually whenever the stock market is closed, not the full 8 hours. It's more like the last 4 hours in all fairness, but it is around the weekend, right? This no here, right? Or is that one's the yes, because that technically you were moving up, so technically it's a yes there actually. But that one did happen on Saturday. This one was a no. It happened on Thursday. This one was a no. It happened on Wednesday. Okay, so no, it didn't happen over the weekends. I thought it would happen over the weekends, all the no's, but nope. Anyways, moving up. If we're moving up now, going into the last 8 hours of the day, it does get me excited to see what's going to happen here, because if we're looking at this current little time frame that we're in right now, this is the 14th hour. So 2 hours from now is potentially when the exciting stuff happens, whenever we really start to move. And that's not saying that every movement happens in the last 8 hours of the day. We moved up before here, right? We moved up before here as well. But very exciting to see what happens on this last 8 hours. I'm curious to see, especially building volume here. Let's move on and do some actual analysis, not just some fun stuff like that. I don't know. I do think that kind of stuff is fun. Looking at this 1 hour RSI, we've got nice higher lows here with a nice flat top. You see the flat top, you see the higher lows. That's a bullish pattern right there, guys. It's an ascending triangle and likely will break us to the upside. Okay, we're there now. We're there now, ready to break out now. This iteration was far away from this iteration, was far away from this iteration, is very close to this iteration. I wonder if different behavior might beget different results and we follow through instead of rejecting. Even if we do reject, that's fine, whatever, reject. That would imply that the last 8 hours of the day would be red, which we already know, statistically speaking, is not the likelihood. So that's good that we did that. Likely, we actually grow the last 8 hours of the day. So, being that we have 10 hours left in the day as of now, or maybe it's more like 9 hours and 6 minutes left in the day, I would expect that we grow and we see some of the strongest readings we've seen since May 18th. And what were we doing on May 18th? Well, we had some nice growth there, that's for sure. The last time that we saw, and it was a little bit volatile to be fair, the last time that we saw readings like that, it was more like this back on May 7th, where we were really growing at a steady pace here and breaking out, right? Coming to this current consolidation phase while we were breaking out here. So I think that we're in the phase, the middle of that phase right now. We're in the middle of this next phase higher right now. Bitcoin is going to $121,000. We are going to see new all-time highs today. We're very close. I think it's obvious. I think it's obvious to say we're going to see new all-time highs today, right? We're 0.7% away. Nothing's going to stop us. If you're out there, let this be a lesson. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but let this be a lesson to anybody right now who does not think we're going to see new all-time highs. Understand right now what's going through your mind is straight delusion. It's doubt. It's denial. It's denial at its finest. We're going to new all-time highs. Bitcoin doesn't get this close. It doesn't linger this close to its all-time high area. Right? Look at what happened last time. It went up and then it went down. It went up and then it went down. You don't linger in this area. That doesn't happen unless you're breaking through it, right? If we were going to reject, understand that the time for that has come and passed. Okay, what we're doing on the daily RSI is extremely bullish, and if you have any kind of bearish doubts in you at all right now, understand that you are seriously delusional, and you need to be aware of yourself whenever it comes to trading or investing, because you're gonna get in the way of your own money making. Or if you're aware of yourself, at least to a certain degree, you can just counterplay yourself and then make money that way. Most people would actually probably make money if they did the opposite of whatever they think is good in the markets. Unless you're like brand new and you have absolutely no clue what you're doing. Sometimes those people actually have better eyes, but it just depends on everybody. Like if you're emotionally influenceable by the media, probably do the opposite of that person. But if you're just someone who's like going with the flow, kind of going with your gut and not letting the media affect your decisions, you're looking at a chart, maybe you've got that green thumb, that like brand new kind of fresh eyes aspect. I don't know, man. I've tried this before. I'll ask people who have no experience doing technical analysis at all. I'll ask them about a chart. I'm like, do you think this will look like it's going up or going down? And oftentimes they get the same outcome, up or down, that I would give after all the technical analysis. But if it's people who are basing their decisions off of media choices, they get it wrong every time, right? So I don't know if that makes sense. I'm on a whole tangent here. I'm just trying to say people who are fresh to technical analysis might have an advantage. People who are fresh to the media world might have a disadvantage. So do the opposite of the media people. And if you're new to TA, maybe just trust your gut. I don't know, because sometimes that beginner's luck really is a thing, or it's not even beginner's luck. I don't know. I think technical analysis. I'm on a whole tangent here, but it's an important tangent. I think it complicates things. And as human beings, people who take an interest in technical analysis, they overcomplicate things. And when you overcomplicate things, you make things wrong. Keep it simple is the main message that I'm trying to portray here, right? That's why we did that very simple analysis, just looking at the last 8 hours of every day. Simple. It's not even like real analysis, but kind of. I mean, technically it is, I guess, but I'm just talking my way through this video, you guys, because I want to see us at $109,000. I want to see us get above there. And then, I don't know, we can go live and drink champagne or do whatever we want to do here. Daily RSI looking good. We're on a path higher, you guys. We're going to see $121,000, 120K here, high to low. The next fib area, it's undeniable. It's undisputable at this point. We are straight going to $121,000 at a minimum. That's the minimum target. If we don't stop there, we're going to 130K. If we don't stop there, we're going to 140K. You get it? And this is likely going to happen by the end of the month. We will likely, for Bitcoin, BTC, be somewhere between this orange line and this pink line by the end of the month of May, which is right here, right? That line there. We will likely be up in this area by the end of May. This is what we're doing. Have fun. Buckle up. You've been told. You've been told again and again and again, and I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about every damn person who's been in the crypto markets for the last 3 bull cycles, even at least like 2 bull cycles at this point. Every person's understood that it's bullish, right? It's kind of interesting how the majority of YouTubers out there do seem, at least the big ones, do seem to be bullish. And yet the general sentiment here is 50-50. People don't know whether it's going to go up or go down. People don't know how to feel bullish or bearish. Is the price going to go down? Is it going to go down to 97K? A lot of people aren't bearish on Bitcoin. They're bullish. They just think that we're going to pull back first before going higher. But anytime you are in that situation where you think we're about to pull back to go higher, it's oftentimes whenever we actually just move higher. Whenever you're in that situation where you think just one more drop and then we'll move up, that's oftentimes when you just move up. You know what I mean? One more move higher. We're right here. Just one more move higher, and then I'll sell. That's when you move down. You get it? You get it, right? That's kind of how it is. $108,800 now. Daily RSI looking like it wants to rocket out of here. We're going to take us right to 120K and above this week. By the end of May, it's happening, man. Maybe we won't be at 120K by the end of this week, but maybe. You never know. This thing can move fast. 4-hour RSI is just now getting overbought. 1-hour RSI is just now getting overbought. Glory is about to be had, my friends. Prepare yourselves. I don't know what else to say. So hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. We'll see you at $120,000. I can't wait to see where what the next 8 hours looks like, right? Because we know that statistically speaking, basically 2 out of 3 times, the final 8 hours of any given day, at least since May 5th or May 7th or whatever it was, since the beginning of this move up here, they've all resulted in increases. And I bet if we extrapolated that data from further out, from all the way back in like April 9th, I bet we would get a more confident reading on it being that the last 8 hours of the day is a phase of growth, at least right now. Maybe not for everything. Maybe here it's a phase of decay whenever you're in the last 8 hours here. But just lately we've been moving up, and I noticed that over the past 3 days, so I wanted to do that here. But I don't know, man. I'm rambling at this point. We didn't get above 109K at this video, so that's okay. I guess we did, actually. We got 109.03K, technically. Just not enough to get to new all-time highs yet, but we're almost there. All right, by the time you watch this video, we'll probably be at new all-time highs anyway. I'm going to end the video there. Hit the like button, subscribe, and forgive my lax attitude. I just woke up. Bye-bye.